Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Who will be the next Karnataka Chief Minister? The question is not only troubling Kannadigas, but also the High Command of Congress. Both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar are unwilling to back down, and the situation has come to a standstill. On Sunday, one-line resolution was passed in the CLP meet which authorized Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge to choose the next CM. And now, the action is shifting to the national capital as Siddaramaiah and the observers are in Delhi. Now, Congress sources say the High Command will take the decision today. The official announcement will be done by tomorrow. But the problem doesn't end here for the Congress party. The appointment of cabinet ministers would be a much more difficult task, as several communities that have voted for the Congress have now started expecting cabinet berths in return. It is believed that while the Lingayats are not really entering the battle of who becomes the next chief minister, they have asked for a deputy chief minister's post and 7-8 cabinet berths. Vokalingas have threatened that DK Shivakumar must become the chief minister, otherwise they would start an agitation. On the other side, Siddaramaiah has the backing of the OBCs and majority of the MLAs. So the battle is cutthroat, and now the ball is in the Gandhi's court. Congress is trying really hard to put up a united picture, but will this situation lead to another battle of camps like other Congress-ruled states? Can Congress successfully contain this factionalism? In this race for the next chief minister, who really has the edge? We'll take those questions to our guest in just a bit. But take a look at some of the latest visuals of both of the contenders, DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. On the left side, former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, eyeing another term as CM. He has landed in the national capital. He will be meeting the High Command of the Congress party along with the observers soon. On the other side is the KPCC President DK Shivakumar, who's credited for the victory of the Congress in the state. He greeted his supporters who are demanding the Chief Minister's post for their leader. He has also virtually announced that he is the one who's responsible for this victory of 135 MLAs. He is expected to come to Delhi after a short while. Even as both leaders come to the national capital, a power-sharing formula was mooted, but no surprises that this formula was rejected given what has panned out in other Congress-ruled states. This is what we've learned. Earlier today, a power-sharing formula was proposed. Siddaramaiah initially resisted this formula, but then agreed to it. But there was a caveat. He wants the first 2 years of the Chief Minister's position, naturally. But on the other side, DK Shivakumar refused this proposal completely. He demands a full term for himself. DK Shivakumar, in fact, cited Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh in fighting for that rejection, as he said that this formula is not going to work. Now, both leaders have also reached out to all MLAs seeking support for them. The biggest challenge for the Congress party will be how to accommodate Siddaramaiah if DKS in fact is made CM. The other side may be still easier, but this is the toughest battle for them. Now, even as the two leaders battle it out, let's list out what works in their favor. So DK Shivakumar, not surprisingly, is the master strategist, troubleshooter for the Congress party, but Siddaramaiah is their tallest leader in the state, also a former chief minister. Shivakumar has strong organizational capabilities. Ultimately, he is the one who will be credited with the state's win as the Congress president. Siddaramaiah, though, has the edge of having been a chief minister for a full term. He knows what running a government is like. And, he also doesn't have that corruption baggage as DK Shivakumar does. Now, DK has the backing of the dominant Vokalinga community, and the results speak for themselves in Mysore, Karnataka. But Siddaramaiah has a more mass appeal across a greater number of communities that have also backed the Congress party in this verdict. So even as the CM race is decided, another challenge for the Congress is fulfilling those 5 guarantees to the public as soon as they form the government. These were the big reasons why the Congress was voted to power, and the expectations will naturally be high. So will be the burden on the state's finances. Currently, Karnataka's fiscal deficit is 2.6% at about 60,000 crores. This will double to 1.14 lakh crores to 4.8% as and when the Congress government implements these guarantees. In absolute numbers, this will be the highest deficit of any state in India. The cost of the 5 guarantees that the Congress has promised to the public, which was their big calling card in these elections, is roughly 60,000 crore rupees per year. So there are many challenges lined up for the Congress party. First up, though, is exactly who they anoint as the next chief minister. That's a big debate coming in this battle between DKS and Siddu. Who has the edge? Coming up in just a minute.
leadership, 135 MLAs, all of them with one voice have said that the matter will be left to the High Command. My aim is only to deliver Karnataka to the Congress party.
कल कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष से जनरल सेक्रेटरी संगठन और मैं मिलकर इसको मामले को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। बहुत जल्द हम कर्नाटक के अंदर एक नई कांग्रेस सरकार का गठन करेंगे।
First up, I want to go across to Jagdish Shettar, former Karnataka Chief Minister, formerly, of course, with the BJP, now with the Congress Party. Mr. Shettar, it's good to be speaking to you again. I spoke to you before your elections at your home office. Commiserations for your loss from Hubli Dharwad Central, but congratulations on the Congress's big win. I want to begin by asking you, according to you, who do you think has the edge? Is it Mr. Siddaramaiah, who should be the next Chief Minister, or DK Shivakumar?
And both the leaders have built the party and organized the party, and credit must go to both the leaders and other leaders also to getting a win of the Karnataka Congress. And already Congress leaders have sent some observers and they have taken the opinion of the MLAs. After collecting a opinion, I think Congress leaders, High Command will take the decision, and Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar both are capable of becoming a CM, and it is decision has left to the Congress High Command.
I understand.
Because, yesterday CLP is...
Yes?
Hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Please tell me.
No, I just wanted to say that, of course, both of them are capable, but it is turning out to be, it's looking like a very difficult decision, because if we look at the statements coming in from both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, it doesn't look like either of them is willing to back off. Don't you think this battle could end up almost, you know, putting a bad taste on the Congress victory? This could become a bigger factionalism and infighting?
Both are matured leaders. According to me, my opinion, they will take decisions. High Command will take in the interest of the party. And it is not a question of Karnataka Congress. It is a question of entire national level Congress. With that vision, there should be a matured decision, according to me. And DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, matured leaders. And I think whatever the Congress party takes decision, they will abide by it.
Sir, can I ask you, according to you, what was the biggest reason that the Congress won such a good mandate in Karnataka? Maybe that will give us a clue of who should be the next Chief Minister.
There are so many factors. Firstly, failure of the good governance by the BJP in the state, and overall price rise and inflation, and more corruption in Karnataka, and poor people day-to-day life has been very miserable, and Lingayat factor is also worked out because of Lingayat voters diverted to the Congress because ill treatment to the Lingayat leaders in the BJP. For example, ill treatment to Jagdish Shettar, ill treatment to Lakshman Sawdi. So many ex-MLAs joined the Congress within a short period. One UB Bankar from Hirekerur, one VS Patil from Yellapur, one Mohan Libikai ex-MLC, he joined the Congress. So many people, so many Lingayat leaders joined the Congress party because of ill treatment in the BJP to the Lingayat community. So it is affected Lingayat community, they are feeling that powerful Lingayat leaders have been finished in a...
But sir, can I just come in here? Sorry to interrupt you.
BJP.
Some of the post-poll analysis suggesting those who have gone into various castes, sub-castes, age groups, economic groups, etc., are suggesting that the Lingayat vote share did not shift from the BJP. It stuck with the BJP. The Congress didn't gain much.
No. You see, whatever the result come from the northern Karnataka, particularly Kittur Karnataka, Kalyan Karnataka, you see the shift of the Lingayat votes to the Congress. You see the calculation in the North Karnataka.
Okay.
Major shift to the Congress. Out of, I think, out of 47 candidates contested from the Congress, Lingayat county, 37 have been elected. And more than 57 candidates contested from the BJP. Out of 57, only 15 Lingayats have been elected from the BJP.
Okay.
It shows, the statistics shows that most of the Lingayat voters have shifted to the Congress.
Okay, fair enough, sir. I do want to come back to this battle we're witnessing between the Congress's two top leaders. Before I let you go, what do you think would be the ideal formula? Because it's not just about the chief minister, it will also be about deputy chief ministers. And the spread of the cabinet berths. So many communities have voted overwhelmingly for the Congress party. Everyone would demand some fair representation.
It is a natural, whenever new government formation, caste combination, and for taking birth for the ministership, it is natural whenever if BJP government is there or Congress government is there, always when up to CM is selected, up to cabinet is declared, this competition is going on. I think now Congress has realized everything, because after a long period in Karnataka, Congress got clear majority, not hung, not single largest. It is clear. It will go big way in national level for the Congress. So they have to think about all these things, and I think with a gentleman decision they will take, proper decision they will take, and even Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar sit together, and whatever the suitable, they have to advise to the High Command, and they have to take initiation for the welfare in the interest of the Congress party.
Sir, can I ask you a final question? According to you personally, who would you like to see as the next chief minister?
No, it is not a public reaction. Always it will be a confidential. So, only I tell both leaders have strengthened the party and built the party, and we, along with other leaders also there. So, party has to take decision. Jagdish Shetty has no say in this.
Okay.
Whatever the party take decision, I will also abide by this.
All right, sir, I leave it at that. Jagdish Shetty, thanks a lot for speaking to us. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens of the Congress battle for the top position in Karnataka. Let's open this up to our guest joining us. Mohan Vishwa is of the BJP. In Karnataka, Bhavya Narsimhamurthy is from the Congress party. B.S. Arun, senior journalist who's tracked these elections very closely with CNN News 18. And Sanjay Jha, political analyst, is also joining us formally with the Congress party. Sanjay, why don't I begin with you? We're seeing almost a rerun of what has already transpired in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. In fact, I'll come to Rajasthan a little bit later, where you have very strong views of what the Congress party should have done a long time ago. That battle is escalating very close to the next elections. But here, who do you think has the edge in Karnataka? Is it DKS or Siddaramaiah?
Shivani, I'm not going to take sides for the simple reason that there is no need to take sides here. Both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar have fought a brilliant battle strategically and on the ground to actually get the Congress to not just win, but win so decisively. It's an emphatic victory. I think the BJP is not just disrupted, it stands destroyed in many parts of Karnataka, although they will tell you that the vote share has remained intact. And I do think that whether it's Mr. Siddaramaiah or whether it's DK, it doesn't matter. I think the Congress MLAs recognize that this is a historic opportunity to actually completely, kind of reverse the
But it does matter, no, Sanjay? You look at the body language and the statements of both these leaders. I don't think that either of them is willing to concede. So it will matter. And a choice has to be made. Both cannot be chief minister, and certainly a power-sharing formula will not be agreed to.
Well, Shivani, let me tell you, having a political ambition is the most legitimate activity in politics, right? You ought to be there because you want to hold the top job. But I think, please understand that these are seasoned veterans. They do realize that the leadership has to accommodate varied interests. And I do think that the Congress party recognizes that here is an opportunity to undo the damage done by the Karnataka under the 40% Sarkara and actually make sure that in the next election, there is no swing state and the Congress retains it again. I think the Congress has an excellent opportunity to do so. I think Indian democracy has got a shot in the arm. And I think whichever way it goes, the other leader will agree and you will find a more cohesive and a stable government from the Congress.
Okay, B.S. Arun, before I bring in our political panelists, can I come to you? The fact that this is virtually the final stint of Mr. Siddaramaiah, he has a bigger mass appeal, more community support than just one or two community support, unlike DK Shivakumar. Do you think that will go in his favor, or the fact that he's actually much older, nearing 80 by the time this term will end, goes against him?
Well, comparing to Mr. Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah certainly enjoys wider popularity, wider support among different castes and different regions of the state. His community, which is the Kuruba, the shepherd community, has the population across almost every assembly segment in the state. So, and of course, he is known as the OBC icon in the state, and he formulated the Ahinda policy nearly 10 years back, and that on that wave, he rode to power in 2013. And even now, if some of the segments have supported him and the Congress, it was the Ahinda and the OBC group, besides the Muslims, the Wakaligas, and the Lingayats. So having that kind of a support will certainly push him to the to the front in the run-up to the chief ministerial election.
Okay, so you feel Siddaramaiah has the edge because he has greater mass appeal. And maybe because this is his final chance, DK Shivakumar could be persuaded that, you will still have more opportunities in the future. Am I correct? Because I know that DK Shivakumar will not agree to that, but that may be what he could be told.
True, he may not, and he has been, very, very adamant over the last couple of days. Shivakumar is 60 or 61, and if the High Command takes the decision in favor of Siddaramaiah, then they might try to convince Shivakumar, saying that he is 60 and he still has many, many years ahead of him, and he can become chief minister some other day. So that's how they might they might pacify him, and also maybe work out a formula that would favor him. But then, going by what is happening in other states, other Congress-ruled states, and as Shivakumar may have pointed out to the High Command, it would be difficult that he would agree to such an arrangement. And certainly
not a power-sharing arrangement,
2.5 years.
But it would be still easier to accommodate DK Shivakumar as the KPCC president or as one of the top ministers, as a deputy chief minister, then accommodating Siddaramaiah. What do you do with Siddaramaiah, who's a former chief minister already? You can't accommodate him. It's still easier to accommodate DK Shivakumar. I'll come back to our experts in just a bit. I want to go across to Bhavya also of the Congress party. Bhavya, this almost looks like this could derail the celebrations, the way this battle is playing out. It's a stalemate. Neither leader is willing to blink.
No, not at all. Because this is not the first time this has happened in Karnataka.
Precisely. You should have known this is coming and you should have been prepared.
That's the whole point. We've always taken up the stand that, the MLAs, the elected MLAs will make a decision, will take the decision based on the votes. Yesterday, there was Congress Legislative Party meeting. All the MLAs have given their secret ballot. And today, that decision has been taken to the High Command.
But why does the Congress then say that the High Command will decide? Why does the Congress then say the High Command will decide? Let the MLA verdict be out.
Yeah, the MLA's verdict will be out. Like, whatever the decision they have taken, the other person, they need to be sat down and we need to speak to them about, what has happened and then announce, right? Like, that's, and the High Command has the final power. So, today, Mr. DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah have gone to Delhi, and soon we will be announcing the Chief Minister of Congress Party of the Karnataka government. And of course, it's always celebration. Yesterday, they had a good time celebrating Mr. DK Shivakumar's birthday as well during the Congress Legislative Party meeting. Everyone's really happy that, Karnataka people have given us such a big mandate, and we will make sure whoever the chief minister is, but the government will definitely keep up its promises and all the guarantees that we have given.
Yeah, I'll come to the guarantees in just a bit. That's another challenge for you. And as this battle, if it was to prolong, then people will get a little restless too. And whether the government can then come together to deliver those guarantees, I'll come to that in just a bit. And what that means for Indian politics. Because some of those guarantees were dubbed dole politics by the opponents as well. We've got some visuals coming in from Mr. Kharge's residence. The action has shifted to the national capital. The Congress observers and, of course, Siddaramaiah have already landed in the capital. They'll be meeting him. DK Shivakumar is yet to fly out from Karnataka. He'll be doing so a little bit later. I believe he wants to meet his guru, a Mat Guru, before he takes his next step. But Mohan Vishwa, let me come to you. How are you witnessing, watching this battle play out in the Congress party?
Shivani, let me be very frank with you. This was not a surprise for us. This is what we're telling from past 1 year. They were fighting, for the sake of individual power, not for the sake of getting the results in the state of Karnataka. If you recall the incident when Mr. Siddaramaiah, in the ticket allocation itself, there was one big troop which went with Siddaramaiah. There was one more big troop which went with DK Shivakumar. And before that, there was something called a Siddaramotsav, where Siddaramaiah wanted to prove his power, where he wanted to bring all his fans and he should show it to the people that, he will be the next CM of Karnataka. And we had Mekedatu Padayatra, where it was led by DK Shivakumar again, where there was no presence of, the presence in the sense, the proper presence, the hard presence of Mr. Siddaramaiah was not there. If you recall, Rahul Gandhi, when he started the Bharat Jodo Yatra in the state of Karnataka, he was lifting the hands of both, who was standing in between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, where both of them were not interested in each other. So he forcefully did that and forced that there was one more rally happened.
But that's okay, right? They managed to keep their personal ambitions in check and the infighting in check, at least during the campaigning. Now they can bat for themselves. What's the big deal? Doesn't take away from their victory.
No, that will not happen, Shivani. I'm telling you, they would have won by, going as a team. And also recently there was one video which was circulating, which was done by a PR agency for the Congress, where both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar will be sitting and they'll be chit-chatting, just before the election. So the heading says, the unity is only on the camera. DK. So imagine if this fight
but they were still smart to play it out in front of the cameras. So be it. They don't have to see eye to eye.
If this is the fight for the sake of getting CM post, imagine what kind of governments and how they can fulfill the guarantee which is given. It's almost 48 hours where the results are out. People are given the mandate to them. I agree. Yes, people didn't give a proper mandate to us. They've given the mandate to them. So what message they're going to give to the people of Karnataka? This is what we were telling from past 10 to 11 months. They are there for enjoying the power, but not for something else.
Bhavya, you want to respond to that very quickly? I want to go back across to our experts as well. Yes, Bhavya.
Like I said, this is not the first time we have had more aspirants. Even in 2013, when we got a full majority, we did have 3 to 4 aspirants, and it depended on the MLAs voting. And after that, we had a very successful administration for 5 years. We fulfilled 95% of our promises. I don't think this will actually reflect upon our performance as a government. Yes, we have more and more aspirants, and there's nothing apologetic about being more ambitious. What's wrong in that?
Okay.
But I'm very sure our leaders are very committed to the ideology, and we will stick by it and make sure the people of Karnataka will be served.
Mohan?
Just like
Shivani, I want to recall, since she has taken out 2013 issue, in 2013, it was again G. Parmeshwar, who was a Dalit leader, who was a Congress president, who was instrumental in bringing Congress to the power in the state of Karnataka. He was totally ignored. Even then they had an issue. Then Siddaramaiah became a chief minister. Then Shivakumar was not much powerful. This time, Shivakumar is more powerful. Obviously, there will be a power fighting, and people of Karnataka will have more entertainment like this for next 5 years. Let me tell you, take it from me. I'm telling you in the national media today, they'll have more entertainment like this. Post CM, there will be a fight between DK's team and Siddaramaiah team for the sake of, cabinet ministers or for the sake of the board. Lot of entertainment the people of Karnataka will be having.
Okay, I'll come back to both of you. I want to go across to Mr. Kharge's residence for a quick update from there as well. But Sanjay, this is exactly the problem. As Bhavya said, we've seen this before. Now, that's exactly the problem. The Congress has seen this before. In 2 states, it is playing out, and they weren't able to handle it. So what gives anyone the confidence that in Karnataka, they will be able to handle it and it will not bog down their government for the next 5 years? Sanjay. Bhavya, I'll allow you, but let Sanjay come in.
Shivani, both DK and Siddaramaiah are formidable political stalwarts. They have both played an extraordinary role in the triumph of the Congress. I was just hearing the BJP spokesperson. I mean, the BJP is such sore losers. I mean, he's so grumpy. He's coming on a show today. It's been 48 hours since the 40% Sarkara has been devastated. And he's saying, look at the kind of, over the next 5 years, the Congress will fail to deliver. My dear friend, the people of Karnataka have told you to leave. They have actually got you down to the half the numbers of the Congress party. And by the way, do you know that in Maharashtra, after you toppled the government of Uddhav Thackeray, you took 5 weeks to give a cabinet here in Maharashtra, the most critical state in India in terms of economic growth. And how long did it take you to get a chief minister in Assam? So I think stop being such a grumpy, sore, and I call it as a pathetic loser.
Okay, Sanjay, I asked you a different question. You didn't answer my question, but let Mohan respond.
Don't go out of
but Mohan, very quickly.
The topic. Sanjay, don't go out of the topic, okay? Answer what I said. This has been happening from past 1 year. Please remember, as far as Maharashtra is concerned, the court has given a verdict. You don't have anything to say on this on the TV channel, okay? Please do understand that in the state of Karnataka, as I told you, we have witnessed these two fights. We have witnessed in the past also. From past 1 year also, this is not new. If you don't know, if you don't read the newspaper, if you don't, watch the TV channel, it's not my problem. The people of Karnataka have already watched the fight between DK
let's try to keep this a little bit good-natured. Okay. Sanjay, but you dodged my question. Sanjay, my question was the Congress doesn't have a good track record in handling these internal divisions. Look at what's playing out in Rajasthan even today. That government is about to come to an end of its term. Look what happened in Chhattisgarh.
Shivani, I will agree with you that where Rajasthan is concerned, and I have discussed that with you on your program quite a few times, it's about time that the Congress leadership proactively troubleshooted the way out of this problem. I can tell you, I know Sachin very well. I don't know Mr. Gehlot. And Sachin is very keen that the Congress party, if it were to get its act together, it can actually defeat the BJP. It doesn't have to be swing state every time. And I can tell you this as well. He is not leaving the party. He's talking about exposing the corrupt government that, that we all know that was there before. And if he's taking pot shocks at the Vasundhara Raje government of the past, he's actually telling Mr. Gehlot, walk the talk, because this is what the Congress party had said.
Fair enough. I'm not talking about who's right or wrong. I'm just saying the Congress doesn't have a good track record, B.S. Arun, in solving these problems. The issues keep lingering.
Yeah, I concede that point. You're absolutely right. The Congress party has to now realize that procrastination can never be a political strategy.
Yes, and when you have two big leaders like Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, justifiably both deserving of this win and will have their calling cards, what do you do in that situation? So, if anything, this battle in Karnataka is tougher to handle, B.S. Arun, would you say, than some of the other battles they've had to contend with?
Well, Congress really will have to use all its, proper calculations and also the mind games that the others play in achieving their in ensuring unity between these two leaders, and also ensure that there will be a sort of a peaceful procedure being adopted to choose the next chief minister. They know very well what is happening, especially in Rajasthan, and take all the measures to ensure that the same thing is not repeated in Karnataka. So the need to convince either Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar is very much required at the present moment, and also perhaps formulate frame a formula for that purpose. And otherwise, whatever gains that they have done, that they have got over the last 1 week,
they could lose them.
Away
they could lose them. But speaking of Rajasthan, can I just bring to our viewers' focus what has transpired? Congress leader Sachin Pilot's 5-day Jan Sangharsh Yatra ended today in Jaipur. He addressed a massive rally and attacked the Gehlot-led government, demanding an inquiry against former Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje's corruption cases and the paper leak cases. Significantly, the Congress's central leadership has disapproved of Pilot's Yatra, while Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has also hit out at him, saying that his actions are hurting the party's interests. Now, Sachin Pilot issued an ultimatum to the Gehlot government, making 3 demands. He said that if these are not fulfilled in 15 days, he will initiate an agitation against his own government. So what are these demands? A rejig of the Lok Seva Ayog that conducted recruitment exams and instead set up a panel of experts. compensate students who have suffered due to paper leaks in the state, and of course, something he's been harping on for a while, probe the charges of corruption against the previous Rajay government. Listen into some of his statements today, then I'll go back to our guests.
4.5 साल में हम अभी तक उन वादों को पूरा नहीं कर सके जो हमने लांछन लगाया था, आरोप लगाया था, मैंने लगाया था, गहलोत साहब ने लगाया था कि वसुंधरा जी ने करप्शन किया, भ्रष्टाचार किया है। हम लोगों को करारा प्रहार करना पड़ेगा, भ्रष्टाचार को समाप्त करना पड़ेगा। और जो धारणा बनी हुई है कि 5 साल भाजपा 5 साल कांग्रेस, इस धारणा को तोड़ने के लिए हमें दुनिया को दिखाना पड़ेगा कि हम जो कहते हैं वो कर कर दिखाते हैं। मेरे खिलाफ गाली देने में कोई कमी रखी क्या है? चुन चुन कर मुझको भला बुरा कहा गया, मेरे को कोई चिंता नहीं। आप मुझको गाली दो, अपमानित करो, आरोप लगाओ, मुझको हमारे साथियों को इससे भी निचले स्तर के आरोप लगाओ, हमें कोई चिंता नहीं। अभी चुनाव हुआ कर्नाटक में, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार थी, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आरोप लगाया ये 40% की भ्रष्ट सरकार है। जनता ने आरोपों को स्वीकार किया, कांग्रेस को बहुमत दिया और भाजपा को मैदान से भगा दिया। ये भ्रष्टाचार ही वो चीज है जो लोगों के दिल में गुजरती है। हमने भी किया था राजस्थान में, लेकिन अब कोई सफाई दे रहा है, दूध और नींबू। कोई कह रहा है कितनी बार बात हुई, 10 बार हुई, 15 बार बात हुई, 20 बार बात हुई। अरे मैंने तो कभी कहा ही नहीं कि मिली भगत है। मैं तो इतना कह रहा हूं कि हमने अपनी जबान से जो वादा किया लोगों के बीच में, उसको कृपया करके पूरा कर दो। हम किसी के खिलाफ नहीं हैं, हम किसी का विरोध नहीं करते, लेकिन सच और न्याय का रास्ता उस पर हम चलते रहेंगे। महीने के आखिर तक अगर कार्रवाई नहीं होती तो पूरे प्रदेश में मैं आंदोलन करूंगा आप लोगों के साथ। जनता के साथ रहेंगे, गांव में, टाड़ी में, शहरों में हम पैदल चलेंगे, जनता को साथ लेकर चलेंगे, न्याय दिलाएंगे, न्याय करवाएंगे, आपकी बात को रखते रहेंगे।
Right. Look at that. Sanjay Jha, I'm sure you got the fervor and the atmosphere at his rally. I mean, Congress is the biggest opposition to Congress in Rajasthan today. There's no other way to put it.
Shivani, let me tell you, this is a master stroke by Sachin. I'll tell you why. The BJP has just been defeated on corruption in Karnataka. It has been wiped out. And basically what Sachin is telling Mr. Gehlot, because Mr. Gehlot and he have had problems, and that is, I think, in the public domain. I don't have to defend or argue or rationalize that. He's basically telling the Congress party exactly what we discussed on your program. The Rajasthan does not have to be a swing state. If you actually expose all the corruption charges that were against the BJP and tell the people of Rajasthan you don't want to repeat of it, the Congress has an opportunity to actually...
But Mr. Gehlot is not listening to him. What is the point of telling the public this? Sanjay, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Gehlot has been not listening to him for 5 years. The Congress High Command is not listening to him for the last 3 years.
Well, I agree with you, but the Congress leadership will have to step in now and create, in my opinion, the way forward is very simple. You have to make both Ashok Gehlot, who's obviously still wanting to be in power and he has got a right to believe that he still has these solutions, and Sachin Pilot have to become the DK and Siddaramaiah, what they did in Karnataka, make them the same for Karnataka, for Rajasthan. It doesn't have to be either or, it has to be both. And here is Sachin openly saying, however, they must have an equal stake in the Rajasthan's political future, and the Congress can be that future once again. I think it's a master stroke in terms of political strategy, and I think those people who have sat back for too long need to now step up and bring the two leaders together and say, go hammer and tongs and win the election in December.
Okay, very quickly, final comments. Mohan Vishwa, I'm guessing you are very happy with Sachin Pilot playing the opposition's role in Rajasthan. No BJP is there to be seen at all. He's doing all the opposition to Ashok Gehlot's government.
No, Shivani, not like that. First of all, the allegations, whatever is making against our Rajay government of the past is totally baseless, that everybody knows, DK. And in the state of Karnataka also, Mr. Jha was referring to the corruption and all. Please make him understand that the vote share of BJP is intact in the state. The gain for the Congress is purely from the JDS. That is where they have gained. People have, even though we would have not, those shares wouldn't have got converted to the seat. Even though we have 66 MLAs, we do work as a strong opposition in the state of Karnataka, has to understand. And here, Rajasthan, the tuffle between, the inside fight between the same leaders of the Congress was well known to the entire nation. The same thing will continue in the state of Karnataka also. As I told you earlier, this is just a beginning in the state. Definitely people will have more entertainment in the coming 5 years.
Okay. B.S. Arun, a final comment from you too. Let's say, obviously the Congress party will have to devise some solution, right? Let's say they do it. One person will be CM, one will not be CM. After that, do you expect both factions to be able to work together, or will they end up working at cross purposes for the government's tenure?
Difficult to say, and it's a difficult proposition altogether. The faction would, even if the leaders keep quiet, their followers may not. And also, once the chief minister is selected, the next big task will be the cabinet formation. And there lies the bigger problem, I feel, because Congress will have to, satisfy various community groups as well as the regions. So, and the followers of both the leaders will have to be there. That's where Congress will encounter a bigger problem than this, perhaps. And that's where the dissident starts. If you have observed the working of these governments, the formation of the cabinet, it all starts with the very formation of that government of the ministers. So the dissatisfied ones will again start the problem for the giving problems for the government. And we have seen it in Karnataka, especially in the 1990s during the chief ministership of S. Bangarappa and Veerappa Moily. Fortunately, after that, during the SM Krishna government or during the government of Siddaramaiah, there was no such rebellion,
but this time you've got two equally strong polls to the Congress victory and the Congress party. That's the difference.
Yes.
It is very difficult to choose one bit over the other. Yes, Mr. Arun?
Yeah, the another issue is 135 MLAs, and only 33 can become ministers. So it's going to be a huge task for the chief minister, for the Congress leadership, to address this issue.
Okay, I leave it at that. B.S. Arun, Sanjay Jha, Mohan Vishwa and Bhavya, thanks a lot for joining us. I also want to quickly go across to my colleague Nikhil, who's actually keeping a vigil outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. That's where all the action is now. Nikhil, I believe Mr. Surjewala has also arrived at Mr. Kharge's residence. Can you tell us the latest that's happening there?
So many of the leaders of the Congress party, which are related directly to the Karnataka for the choosing of the face for the CM, they have assembled here at this particular place. And speaking of those leaders, Mallikarjun Kharge, his residence is only this particular place, and the leaders to the likes of, in fact, special observers, central observers who were part of that particular choosing, and also to discuss the issue with each and MLA. They have already arrived here. Jiten Singh is here, Sushil Kumar Shinde is here, Deepak Babaria is also here. Apart from them, the in charge of Congress party for the state of Karnataka, Randeep Singh Surjewala, he has also gone inside. But as of now, the visuals which we are seeing on the screen is of the Chief Minister of the state of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren. He had come here to meet Mallikarjun Kharge. So this is his picture, his leaving from the residence of Mallikarjun Kharge at 10 Rajaji Marg. So after that, we are expecting that the meeting of the central observers along with Congress party president is going to start. That means we are assuming this is something that finally the call as to who is going to become the Chief Minister for the state of Karnataka, now that process is going to start. And this is just part one of the process where the central observers are going to officially submit their report as to what is the by and large opinion of each and
everybody
every
wants
MLA.
to know exactly what is in that report. Because both sides, Siddaramaiah and DKS, are claiming that they have the support of the MLAs. Ultimately, we'll know only from that report. And then the stamp of approval has to come from the Congress's high command too.